think it was him. I think it was him.
Like about
He's
this
tall, yeah. Kind of dapper looking guy. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, peace, man. How you doing?
How you doing?
Good to see you.
Good to see you. How you doing? Yeah, you're Saudi, huh?
So how's New York?
Good, excellent.
I told him we're here. Yeah, we got the eternal flame here. Yeah, interesting. Right there.
Did you? This was between the World Trade Center buildings, and they managed to pull this out of the rubble afterwards, and they put it up here, erected it. What's left of it anyway in the eternal flame.
It's almost like an Earth blowing up. I mean, it's kind of an interesting image.
It's amazing to me when you see those pictures of that day that actually something survived that was so close to the buildings, because you just get the
that was in the middle, on the ground.
On the ground, you get the impression that anything around there would just be obliterated. So it's quite amazing they managed to pull something out.
Our trip has been brilliant.
Really?
We were talking about it when we're here. It's just been a paradigm shift after another paradigm shift after another paradigm shift.
In terms of?
Just for Arab viewership, what they're going to see, a side of America that a lot of them are unaware of. You know, the fact that we're, I mean, part of the goal of this program is that America's not a monolithic entity, and the Arab world's not a monolithic entity.
Saudi Arabia's not a monolithic entity.
Exactly.
NBC's not monolithic.
And so we've done too little, especially media people in general, but all of us, we've done too little to really drive that home.
We were talking about that before, about the responsibility that we all have as journalists to get the message out. And I think that's what you're doing here, and that's what we were trying to do in Saudi.
I mean, that's exactly what we were trying to do. I mean, it's a lot of people have one view. I mean, Ahmed talked about it when we were in Saudi, that there's one way hatred. And that's what we're trying to do, is we're trying to say, listen, I mean, there are people here who are supporting your cause so much, sometimes even better than the people that are oppressed themselves. And you cannot isolate these people by having one-way hatred and having one look at at the U.S. as one evil entity. There's I think there's a lot that needs to be be done, even from not only from we're doing our part, but I think the media from the two sides should do more to bring these point of views together, because they're far now.
Every door-to-door salesman, his desire is to get into the house. That's the hardest part. The television, you're already in. You're the stranger in the house. We have a lot of negativity on both sides of the map. We've got this kind of Fox News attitude about the Muslims and the Arabs, and then we have certain elements in the Middle East that are broadcasting about the West. And we just spent about an hour and a half with Michael Ratner, who's working with the Guantanamo Bay issues, and met Gareth Pierce from England, who's been working. She's been working 2 years of her life to try to deal with the fact that we've got people in that camp that are unrepresented, and many of them, they don't even know what they're doing yet.
It looks like Yasser Hamdi may be released soon. When we were in Saudi in November last year, we went visited his family, talked with his father, he showed us some of the letters, and it was really a nice story.
Actually, one of the things
I'm really encouraged to hear this.
I hope he's out. One of the things we learned, and it goes back to your point, which is why people are not listening. I think a lot of it is happening because they're so emotional. I mean, people are so emotionally charged that they shut down. It goes back to the point where you're saying they don't want to listen to certain things because it interferes with their emotions. They want to feel angry. They want to feel upset. It's like, I think a lot of it, we saw it here right after September 11, where nobody wanted to hear anything.
Sure.
It just shut down its emotions, and we're human. I mean, that's.
And you were saying, I remember you saying when we were talking in Jeddah that the responsibility is to sort of calm people down.
Absolutely.
To explain it, bring the understanding, but to calm them down. Do you think from what you've been hearing from people here, you're able to do that?
I think, our objective is actually to bring the clear picture that there are two sides in America. There are the good side, people who are objective, people who are trying to help, people who are looking for justice, and there is another side that is shut down and they have their own agenda.
There's a lot of shades of gray. No, absolutely. And we're seeing that.
The same thing is on the other side as well. I mean, and that's the point we're trying to get across, is that make up your own mind. Look at the facts, be logical about it, be objective. Again, going back, and I need the two worlds to empathize with each other. you know, don't judge people, empathize with others because they have problems.
That was
try to live their problem.
Yeah, I remember you said talking about
Robert McNamara's that was in the Fog of War.
Yeah.
His first lesson.
To see that.
Empathize with your enemies.
Yeah.
And a lot of, I mean, they're not enemies.
Well,
that's part of the problem. Yeah. That we've got.
And there's a perception built about that.
Well, I mean, people that are being bombed, you know, you can say you're trying to do them a favor, but that's not how they're going to feel about
it. Americans aren't bombing Saudi.
Well, but don't forget, you know, that first they're Muslims. The Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said that the Muslims are like one body. Any part that's hurt, the whole body feels it. So that's the biggest danger that our country, you know, I'm an American.
I guess that's part of the understanding that we need to bring in the concept of what we're trying to tell is that concept that, you know, people in Saudi feel what's happening in Iraq, they feel what's happening.
Exactly. It's them. I mean, they feel it. Yeah. And actually there are several Saudi tribes that have relatives in Kuwait and Iraq from amongst the Iraqis, especially in the southern part.
Yeah. This is your first time back since September 11th.
And they were worried, you know, like
I think what changed is the attitudes. I mean, there's a proverb in Arabic that I love. It says, my grandmother used to say it all the time. اللي تلدغ من الحية يخاف من الحبل. Basically, what it means, if you're bitten by a snake, you would be afraid of a rope.
Okay.
And that's really, I mean, it's true. I mean, you have to have that tension is there, and you can't deny that the tension is not there. It is there, and we see it. But I mean, I haven't faced any prejudice or any attitude, you know, negative attitude.
On the contrary, we were expecting to find something. I mean, we didn't want to come at the beginning. You know, it's like
we had to convince.
Yeah, he said, let's go to the US. I said, you know, we have the whole world. Why did you pick the US? And I was really afraid, you know, that we come here and we start getting attitude and we're not treated properly, and so that was the main concern. And when we came, I mean, it was so far it's been okay. I hope the whole trip ends up like this. I mean,
our most, you know, part of our goal has been to humanize. I want to see the Muslims and the Arabs humanized. You know, they're individuals and they're humans. We had a beautiful Jewish lady who said, I said, do you have anything to say to the Arab world? She said, I don't judge any of you as a group. I'll judge you as you behave as an individual.